How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Make Money Trucking. So you know what's crazy to me is with all the potential, sunshine over the horizon, with all the EPA, the new EPA regulations, the new head of the EPA, with the potential of having all these regulations, rolled back, halted, paused, or straight out removed, you would think that a lot of people would be excited about that. And yes, there's a lot of YouTubers and guys like me included that are very excited for the potential of a very heavy rollback of EPA emissions. But what's kind of weird to me is that a lot of these diesel shops aren't sounding so optimistic. They're talking almost in like a coded language and kind of spreading, some false, not false hope, but the opposite of false hope about the EPA. And I'm going to tell you why that is. Like I said, there's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people out there that are rejoicing of the fact that, the new, head of the EPA may actually be curtailing, slowing down, or stopping a lot of EPA regulations, like TK's Garage and a lot of other YouTubers like that. And trust me, I am in that camp as well. I can't wait. But then I see a lot of videos of a lot of diesel shops or diesel shops that have YouTube channels getting up there and saying, whoa, hold on, guys. According to the Clean Air Act, you may not want to delete your diesel. It's not, legal. And I understand that as the law sits, that's what the law currently says. But there's a weird thing happening as to why a lot of these diesel shops are almost spreading like some fear mongering on, well, hold on, wait a second, pump the brakes, slow down. You may or may not be able to do this. Or everybody else like, heck yeah, I can't wait for this to happen. And why diesel shops are not so optimistic and why they're speaking this way is because they make a lot of money at the misery of their customers, at the expense of their customers and emissions problems. So that is why a lot of these diesel shops, the way that they're making videos and their attitude is like, well, hold on, guys, just wait a minute. It's not quite legal. Just hold on a second, is because they make, in my opinion, way too much money off diesel problems. So if everybody was to go out there today and, just take their chances and do a bunch of deletes, they're going to lose a lot of money. Yeah, these shops are going to make money initially off of, doing some of these deletes, but then they won't have repeat customers. Emissions problems consist, year after year. Emissions problems do not go away until the system is taken out or deleted. Period. These systems are like brakes, and they need constant maintenance, and they have sensors, they have filters, they have valves in them that go bad, so then the emission systems need to be replaced. So when all these shops don't want to be optimistic about the EPA maybe rolling back a lot of the regulation, even to include possibly allowing people to delete their own vehicles, because that's going to lose them a lot of money. And trust me, I have nothing against diesel shops. I mean, unfortunately, I have to deal with them because, I have a small trucking company, and I know a lot of people like me and a lot of small trucking companies, they come in handy when there's something that I can't do myself. I do a lot of the work myself in my trucks, but when it comes to needing a lift or, transmission or, really heavy components, I send it to a diesel shop. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if a lot of these shops can survive if all their customers just say hell with it and go and start deleting their trucks. They make a lot of revenue off of issues with the emission system. And I'm going to give you an example of what kind of money I've had to spend as a business owner or a truck owner on emissions, years and years ago. I don't know what current prices are, but as far as a few years ago, I'd say about every 2,000 miles, you'll have, I'm sorry, every 2 years and around, 100 to 200,000 miles, you'll have a significant emissions issue with some system, a DEF pump, an EGR, a filter, the SCR, the dosing valve, you name it, all these components. And the problem is when you take it to a lot of shops, they will want you to replace the entire system, especially if you take it to a dealership. Let's not talk about dealerships, because when you take your truck to a dealership with an emissions problem, a lot of times they're going to try to get you or fearmonger you into replace the whole system. And nowadays that could be upwards of $15,000. And they have a life of about maybe 2 or 3 years until you have another major problem. Me, myself, and I, the systems I had on my trucks, about every 2 years they started having problems, and the dealers back then it was about $8,000 to $9,000 to replace most of the entire system. So you can see the kind of money that is, needed to, keep these emission systems operating, when a single truck is needing upwards of, let's just say, $10,000 every couple years in repairs. Now, granted, that's to replace almost the entire system, but you could probably half that and say about $3,000 to $5,000 in just general maintenance of labor, parts. We're not counting downtime here. When you count downtime, it could be upwards at $10,000. But a truck every couple years is going to have significant problems with their emission system, whether it be a sensor, a dozer valve, the DPF filters, the SCR, or even the ACM, the after treatment computer. So that is why I'm just going to tell you guys how much it costs a normal truck owner. Now, pickups are significantly cheaper than semi trucks, but I'd say they're maybe 30% cheaper. So where a semi might cost you 10 grand, a pickup may only cost you, $33,000. So that's kind of why I think, or that's how much a lot of these diesel shops make off of EPA regulations. They make a lot of money. Account for at least $3,000 to $5,000 every couple years for every single truck that's in your fleet. So if you have a few trucks like me, just triple that number. Now you're looking at $15,000. It's going to cost a trucking owner like me every couple years. Now, granted, the shops aren't making that. That's what I'm paying to have the thing fixed. So you got to think, they're making labor hours on that, and then they're marking up the parts. So there's a significant amount of money that diesel shops are making off of emissions problems. I just want to share with you kind of like what that looks like, how much it's really costing truck owners like myself. And I found ways to mitigate a lot of my emissions problems, but some of these places have not. They just go to a dealer or go to a shop and just whatever they tell them, they listen to them. Where they say, replace the whole emission system. A lot of these bigger companies or guys that don't know very well just say, okay, I will force them to diagnose and try to pinpoint the problem, instead of just saying, hey, you might as well just replace the entire emission system. It's just a lot easier. So that's kind of what you're looking at when you're a trucking business owner or just a single owner operator. It's a lot. And I just wanted to clear that up, and let me know if you guys have any more questions in the comments down below. I'll try to get back to you and answer some of them, but just a little interesting information on how much it really costs trucking owners with emissions. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.